Welcome back to the Language for Wellness channel. We are worthy of love and joy.
I've got to say, waking up refreshed really does feel like a superpower. It's wild how much sharper my brain is after a good night's sleep, like someone hit the reset button.
Funny you mention that, because so many people underestimate how much sleep affects our ability to learn, especially when it comes to picking up a language. When I'm short on rest, even easy words just don't stick.
It's true, and for anyone listening, if you've ever felt stuck or sluggish trying to remember vocabulary, you're definitely not alone. Sometimes sleep is the missing ingredient.
Absolutely. Before we dive into tips, maybe we should unpack a bit of the science behind why sleep is such a game changer for learning.
Okay, picture this. Your brain is like the busiest office in the world during the day, papers everywhere, emails flying in.
I love that imagery. So, sleep is basically the night cleaning crew, right? They come in, sort out all the paperwork, file the important stuff, and toss what you don't need.
Exactly. That's what scientists call memory consolidation. If the crew skips a night, the place gets cluttered fast, and it's tough to find anything when you need it.
It really hits home when you realize that all the new English you learn during the day gets processed and stored at night. Without that, it's like piling new books onto a messy desk.
Something that always fascinates me, sleep even helps with muscle memory. That covers pronunciation and getting your mouth used to tricky sounds.
That totally tracks. I found that after practicing a new word or phrase before bed, I can say it more smoothly the next morning. It's like my tongue had a secret lesson overnight.
Ha! The midnight language tutor. Makes you see sleep as active training time, not just downtime.
Right, and that's just the start. Sleep also balances hormones, repairs our bodies, and keeps our immune system humming. It's the opposite of lazy.
Let's tackle the big question. How much sleep do we actually need? Is 8 hours still the magic number?
It's funny how often people obsess over that number. 7 to 9 hours is a solid target, but it's the quality that really counts. If you wake up groggy every day, even 9 hours might not cut it.
I've noticed I feel my best after a solid, undisturbed sleep sometimes, even with a little less than 8 hours, if my routine's good.
Honestly, waking up refreshed is the best sign. If you're still tired, it's worth looking at your bedtime habits, not just your clock.
Speaking of habits, let's get practical. Most of us know we should sleep better, but where do we start? I always recommend a wind-down routine.
There's something so comforting about a predictable bedtime rhythm. For me, it's like my brain gets an early heads up. Hey, sleep's coming. That cue makes it so much easier to relax.
Totally. Even 30 minutes of doing the same calming things each night tells your body it's time to shift gears. And yes, step 1 is ditching the screens.
Screens are the sneaky villains of sleep. That blue light can trick your brain into thinking it's still midday. I have to physically put my phone out of reach, or I'll scroll endlessly.
If you're wondering what to do instead of scrolling, old-fashioned options work best. Paper books, soft music, gentle stretches, even slow English podcasts can work wonders.
Music is a go-to for me, but I love your podcast idea. Listening to stories in another language right before bed feels both relaxing and productive without the pressure of having to remember everything.
Exactly. The goal isn't to cram, it's to unwind. Sometimes I even journal for a few minutes just to empty out all the little thoughts in my head.
That's a great tip. And honestly, once you get into this habit, you start looking forward to it all day.
Once you've got the routine, the next step is making your bedroom a true sleep sanctuary. I always say, make it a cave, cool, dark, and quiet.
There's something so satisfying about blackout curtains. Even tiny lights from chargers can mess with sleep. I literally cover up blinking LEDs with bits of tape.
That's dedication. I do the same with earplugs for random street noise. And a cool room really does make falling asleep so much easier.
If you haven't tried white noise apps yet, like Rain or Soft Fans, they're a game changer, especially if your neighborhood's noisy.
Let's not forget that what you do all day shapes your night. For starters, getting sunlight in the morning helps set your internal clock.
Fresh air and real sunlight are surprisingly powerful. Even just a 10-minute walk after breakfast can help your body know when to wind down later.
And moving during the day, nothing crazy. Even stretching or light exercise is a secret weapon for deeper sleep. But I avoid hard workouts right before bed, or I'm buzzing for hours.
I'm the same. And watch out for caffeine after lunch. It sneaks into teas, sodas, even chocolate. Late-night coffee is my personal sleep enemy.
Here's something that changed everything for me. Waking up and going to bed at about the same time every day, even on weekends.
That was a tough one for me to adopt, but my energy really evened out once I did. My body seems to crave that rhythm, and mornings feel so much less brutal now.
And after a while, you almost don't need an alarm clock. Your body just kind of knows.
It's amazing how small tweaks like this can make such a big difference in both how we feel and how well we learn.
Switching gears a bit, have you ever noticed that dreams sometimes help you remember things? There's real science behind that, especially with language learning.
That's so intriguing. I've had nights where I dream I'm speaking in another language, and the next day, those phrases pop into my head so much easier.
Exactly. So listening to a few minutes of English audio or reviewing a handful of flashcards right before sleep can help your brain file those memories extra well.
The key is to keep it light, no last-minute cramming. Just gentle review so your brain knows what's important to process overnight.
But what if your brain just won't shut up? I've definitely had nights where worries or unfinished tasks whirl around in my head.
Oh, me too. That's when I grab my brain dump journal. I scribble down everything on my mind, even silly stuff. Sometimes I write it in basic English, just for practice.
That's genius. Writing it all down kind of tricks your brain into letting go, like, I've saved it so I can relax now.
And those worries almost never seem as big in the morning. It's a tiny habit that brings a lot of peace.
Our listeners have been sharing such lovely bedtime sound journals. Kenji's entry about hearing a train in the distance and a cat purring nearby was basically poetry.
That really paints a peaceful scene. Speaking of, we've got a fun challenge this week. Try one new sleep habit for 7 nights, a mini sleep reset.
Options include a 1-hour screen break before bed, keeping your wake-up time consistent, or a 10-minute calming activity. The goal isn't perfection, just gentle progress.
And really notice how you feel in the mornings. Does your brain feel a bit clearer? Does English practice come a little easier? Sometimes small tweaks add up fast.
Let's wrap things up for tonight. Remember, sleep is active, essential maintenance just as vital for your brain as food or exercise.
Building a toolkit with routines, a calming environment, and smart daytime habits pays off in spades. And don't forget those mini rituals before bed like a brain dump or gentle English listening.
Your body and mind will thank you. Next week, we're pulling together everything we've learned to help you create your own sustainable wellness and learning routine.
Can't wait for that. Until then, here's to deep, restful sleep, and maybe even a few sweet dreams in English. Good night, everyone.
Good night, and don't forget to let yourself wind down. See you next time.